let's dive in.
So tell me, what do the cards reveal? What's the truth they conceal? She's the high priestess with the key to every question that's haunting me. A lover's heart or a warning from the past. In the terror's embrace, I'm spellbound at last. Truth's come undone, it's a dance we must face. In the chaos, I find my place.
In the tarot's embrace, I'm spellbound at last. Truths come undone, it's a dance we must face. In the chaos, I find my place. The moonlight glows, the veil is thin. Moon of infinity will call again. Thanks for walking in the light, where guides whisper pure insight. Until we meet, the cards will wait. Mystic whispers guide your fate. With every message our spirits send, for cosmic dreams our souls transcend.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome in, welcome in. Happy to see all of you here. Hey, Amy. I was actually going to message you. I started watching your reading today. I'm about halfway done. I left off where she said that he was like a charmer and he charmed the ladies. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I have thoughts, but I want to watch it all the way through first. So I'll let you know when I'm done with it. Believe it or not, I just had a chance to start watching it today. Like, I've had it like in the back of my mind to watch it, and like I've had moments throughout like the weekend, but I didn't want to start it and like not be able to really focus on it. And so I was like, let me wait until I know that like I can really watch it. So I started it today and then about halfway done. Hopefully I can finish it like by tomorrow. We'll see. I will. I'll let you know your thoughts. I wish I was writing them down while I was thinking of them. Yeah, I want to wait. I want to wait until I finish watching it. Sophie, will I get hired to work at Cetrium? Yes. 6 of Wands. It looks like this works out for you, Sophie. Mariana, will I get good news this month? I think this month is dedicated, Mariana, to like closing out chapters, making a plan, figuring out what you're going to do next. So I don't think that there's like a you're closing out a chapter per se that's gonna, or sorry, there's the good news that's coming your way that's going to be something like really significant. I think this month is good in terms of like figuring out what tasks you need to complete and finish and how you want to move forward, but you're not going to get like news in the mail or a call or something like that. It doesn't feel in that way. Hopefully that makes sense. Boss lady. Oh no. Boss lady, I'm getting a no for you. I'm so sorry. I have the 5 of Cups. I'm kind of like thinking maybe it's just going to take more time. Lena, thank you for liking the live stream. Those of you who asked a question for free tonight, please make sure you're liking the live stream. It's the only thing I ask in exchange for a free reading. Will Lena travel within 3 months? Will Lena travel within 3 months? Lena, I'm getting a no. 8 of Swords. This is your own block that you're creating from this to be able to happen. There's like a self-limiting restriction. So you might have to get back to the drawing board and make a new plan if you want this to happen, if you want that outcome to change. Maya, I'm getting a no. 4 of Cups. Nannies, yes. 2 of Wands. Nannies, this plan is it's a plan, it's an intention, but he hasn't actually started preparing to make this happen yet, okay? It's something he's thinking about. Sienna. Yes, 3 of Pentacles. I want to let you know that you're probably going to be hanging out in a public space, or there might be other people around. It might not be just the 2 of you alone. I just want to give you the heads up on that. MMC. MMC, where are you going? I have the 4 of Pentacles, so this makes me feel like I'm trying to figure out, like, hold on to your plans or hold off. I'm trying to understand, because the 4 of Pentacles can mean no. It may say like you need to like rethink these plans a little bit further. Like it's not a bad idea, but maybe not right now. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. So if you can tell me where you're going, maybe I can understand this a little bit more. Yeah, Amy, because he has a bike. I know. It's like it's what attracts women is men on a motorcycle, but women don't want to be in a relationship with men on a motorcycle. So like it's like what draws you in is also like what you don't want, because like they're dangerous, you know? Maybe that's what it is. They're dangerous. Hey Angelica, welcome in. Oh my gosh, Jazz, that's so awesome. Happy belated birthday. You'll have to donate for additional questions outside of the one free that I do. Hey, sweeter, welcome in. You're welcome, nannies. You're welcome, Sienna. To your home country to visit your parents. You had the Four of Pentacles. Hold on. I put it back in the deck. I'm sorry. Hold on one second. Let me grab that card out again. Where did the card go? MMC, I think you should do it. Yeah, I think you should. I got the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups to confirm that. The Four of Pentacles is like something that you keep close to your heart, or a plan that you keep close to your heart. I would say yes. I would say Spirit's giving me the green light. Just make sure that you have really thought this out, like in all aspects, like travel-wise, logistics, finances. And if you feel like you'll be good to do that, then I think you should. I just didn't really know how to interpret the Four of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like I'm getting a yes for you. But use your own discernment, okay? Oh, that's a long time, an international trip. Because on this card, it shows like a desert. Like not a lot of greenery, which is interesting. It's like a desert is what I feel. Like eastern, maybe south. I don't know. You're welcome, Jazz. Bake, just post your question once, okay? IJ, hey there. You're welcome, MMC. All right. Amy. Amy, I have a yes. I have the Queen of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. Ajas. Well, Karen and I end up dating. Oh my gosh, yes. Ace of Cups, Ajas. Bake. Thank you guys for liking the live stream. Please make sure you're doing so if you haven't already. All right, so for Bake, I have a yes, Six of Wands. You're on the right path. You're being celebrated. Angelica. I have this Seven of Cups. I think you may still deal with some residual problems with this person, but I think that eventually they will move on. I don't think it's over just yet, but I think that this is a good step. This is a good path for you, for this person to eventually walk away. So yeah, I'm getting a yes. They will leave you in peace, but you might still deal with like a little bit of issues for a little while before that happens. James. Yes, James, I have the Six of Cups. That's reincarnation. The card that I have is basically, it's a little boy and his puppy, and then they grow up to become like a older man and a puppy. I mean, and a dog, like an older dog. Like basically just showing that you guys started off in the same place and that you end up in the same place. So I really don't think that there's a life that you guys will live without one another in it. I think it's like, this is kind of like more elaboration than I should be giving, but I feel like until you guys figure it out, you're going to constantly be reincarnating together. Sweeter. The donations are open, everyone, if anybody wants to donate. I don't think I have anybody that's donated yet. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like the list is wide open for tonight. Will Sweeter receive the 10,000 she's expecting? I'm getting a no. Knight of Swords. Is this a manifestation? I have the King of Cups here. So if this is like a manifestation, they want you to keep going with this. Like keep like visualizing it. I'm getting a no right now. Like the message, Sweeter, is you don't have all the ingredients. Like it's a weird message, but they're saying like we're rushing into something, like we're wanting something very, very instant, and it's going to take time is what I'm hearing. Like we have to wait until we can accumulate more ingredients. Like basically what they're saying is so like imagine if you make like instant potatoes or you make like the homemade potatoes. So like the homemade potatoes take more work. You have to peel, dice, like mashed potatoes, for example. Like you have to peel, dice, boil, put all the ingredients in, mix it up, like season it up nice. And then there's instant potatoes that take like 2 seconds. So they're kind of saying like it's not, you could get something, but it's not going to be as good as the end result because not enough has been put into it. So I think they want you to just keep visualizing, Sweeter, like feeling the emotions behind it and taking the call to actions that could get you there. That's what it feels like. Ocean Summer. Oh, you said it is a manifestation? Okay. Start off with a smaller amount, Sweeter. This is something that's going to take some time, you know. If in our world with manifestation, the way that our like realm works is it's not instant, unfortunately. There's certain things you can do if it's for your highest good and the good of everyone else that will get that money to you quicker. But generally speaking, like let's just say you wanted like a gold mirror and you're like, oh my God, I saw this gold mirror online. I love it so much. I want it. We can't just snap our fingers and it appears in our house. Like it takes like us doing something. It takes us like saving up the money, scrolling online, maybe looking at secondhand thrift stores, whatever. We will eventually find it, but it's not going to happen super quick. That's just not the way our world works, unfortunately. So I think that with this manifestation, they're saying like start smaller, because what happens is you have to build your belief. If you can manifest $1, then you're going to go, oh shit, that worked. And then you're like, oh, I can manifest $10. And then every single time you manifest, your belief gets stronger and stronger. And then you can manifest $10,000, but it's like your belief isn't matching the vibration of the manifestation. So they're saying to just keep like holding on to that, but it's going to take time. Okay, so that's what I have for you, sweeter. For Ocean Summer, I'm getting a yes. We have Queen of Pentacles and Six of Pentacles. I think it's a woman that might be helping you with this situation, but Six of Pentacles says you will be returned what is owed to you. It's an energy of giving and receiving, of balancing things out. So whatever was done to you, or whatever was wrong to you, or whatever is needed to return to you will come back. Hi, Jay. Hi, Jay. Yes, you have the Magician. Very powerful manifestation you're working on right now. Ray, hello. Ray, I have the Death card, Death and Rebirth. So you have like something new coming for you this year for sure with that card. Amy, yes, send me a message, girl. Let me know what the dream was about. Oh, that's awesome, Jazz. You have really great cards and good energy for that. I love it. Musical Bear, hello and welcome in. You're welcome, Bake. I will, Amy. I will send them over. What I'll do is I'll just use Instagram as like a dictation. So like as I'm thinking of things, as I'm watching it, I'll just type to you. Angelica, it's a very reassuring response. I can handle rolling with the punches as they happen. If it means I'll feel like I can breathe easier. Thank you, Luna. You're welcome, Angelica. James, thanks for the donation, friend. You're welcome, sweeter. Ocean, my God, I'm so sorry. Yes, you're very welcome, Ocean Summer. I think you'll get it back. I really do. I think there's a woman that's helping you. You're welcome, IJ. You're welcome, Ray. All right, we're going to answer this question for Musical Beer, and then we are going to move on to donations. First on the list is James, and then it looks like Amy donated after that as well. I am getting a yes. Musical Beer, I have the King of Swords. I feel like this decision is pretty set in stone. Again, if you don't like what you're hearing, you can always change the outcome by influencing things with your free will. But if that sounds good to you, I say let it be and move forward without this person. If you don't do anything at all, it feels like it's over. So hopefully that answers your question. All right, James, let's get your phone up on the screen. Alright guys, so I'm working on a channeled message for James at the moment. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes to complete, and then I will be with you, Amy, after James. We have a couple readings to do for him right now, so it's going to take in total probably like 20, 30 minutes just because of a sizable donation. But if you guys have any questions for me, like how long is the wait, or any other questions related to this tonight, just let me know in the chat and I'll answer them because I am still here. I'm just focused on the channeling right now at this time. Okay, Amy. So, James, like, one of the messages that's coming through, I'm about halfway done, by the way. I feel like she has had, like, a dream about you. And I think that this dream has provided information or insight about you. And she's kind of trying to decipher, decode it. She might be like looking things up in a dream dictionary or like trying to figure out what the symbolism is. I have a card here of someone who's like got all these formulations going on behind their head. And that indicates to me is like there's these downloads that she's been getting or these impressions she's been getting about you. I don't know if you're sending them to her or if she's just picking up on it. But it's almost like a formula and she's trying to figure out what it means. And her dreams are like giving her symbolism for things rather than like flat out telling her. But I think that she has like this gut feeling that like what's going on with you. She just doesn't have a way to verify it. I don't think she knows it to be true. Like, I don't think she's gotten confirmation, but I feel like she's just been getting information about your life that she has no way of knowing, but somehow she just feels like she knows. Hey, Sag, welcome in. Our donation list or our free list is closed. So sorry. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't think that she has a way to get confirmation on this. That's what I'm saying. I don't think she knows. I don't think she knows for sure. But I think she knows. But I just don't think she understands how she knows. I'll explain because I'll read you the letter. All right, James. So she says, I just have this feeling that something is going on. It's been such a long time since we really talked, and I have this gut feeling you have moved on. I think I was supposed to say and settled, but I put a settled. Have moved on, settled in with someone new. I can't explain how I know, but I can just feel it. I can tell your energy isn't as grounded and focused on me as usual. I don't know how I feel about this. Part of me is happy that your affections are going to the right place if it's true, but the other part of me feels uncomfortable. It makes me question all the things you said to me, makes me wonder if it was all a game. It's not going to affect my life either way. I just hope you weren't lying to me in the end. But I think she's having dreams about you. Or at least a dream. She doesn't, like I said, have a way to confirm this with you, because if you guys aren't talking, which I don't think you are, she doesn't know how to like confirm this. And like I said, her dream was very symbolic. Like she was getting a lot of symbolism for things. And nothing was like flat out being like handed to her. It wasn't like a very matter of fact dream where she was getting a lot of like direct information. It felt like it was symbolic. So, for instance, if she always associated you with an animal, for example, maybe every time she sees this animal, she thinks of you, or maybe if it's a certain song, she associates you with that song, then maybe that's what was playing in the dream. So it wasn't like you were in her dream physically. It could have been something that symbolically tied to you that was in her dream. And then maybe somehow there's like symbolism for you being with someone new. I just feel like between what she knows as fact in her everyday life, I think that she just feels like you were so like on her and wanting her and for her and like determined to be with her and courting her and like just pursuing her in general. And I think the fact that it's been so long, I think she's thinking to herself, what would have kept him away from me if after all this time he was constantly pursuing me and all of a sudden like it's crickets and I haven't heard from him. I think she's like just feeling like factually, if we look at this like historically and evidence-based, it would make sense that he's now put that attention and affection on other people or another person. I think that's like what she's thinking towards this connection. Because we have the Knight of Cups. So she's like, what I feel like is he's turned his back on this connection and he's like giving it out to someone new. And again, pointing back to her channeled message, it kind of indicates that she's saying like either way it's fine. I'm not like it's not gonna like make or break my life or affect me. But at the same time, I think it would disappoint her to think that you were lying to her, like, or playing a game with her, like basically just seeing if you could get her, if you wanted her or something. And by playing games, I don't mean like toying with her emotions. I think when she says playing a game, meaning that like you really weren't interested in her. I think it all comes back down to like her thoughts and feelings. Like she's like, did he really want me or did he want the idea of me? And I think that's what she's referring to as like playing games. Is it's like, I don't think she really truly believes that you actually wanted to be in a relationship with her as much as you just wanted to be in a relationship. So she still managed to come off so icy cold. I know. So, like what's going on in her thoughts and her feelings is just like, was he telling me was he telling me what he thought would get me to want to be with him? Was he just trying to, look, I guess she just questions like, did you want her or did you just like the idea of being with her? Like the kind of like how people say you're not in love, you're in love with the idea of being in love. Like that's what it feels like for her. I just don't think, James, that she really trusted you. I just don't think that she trusted your intentions. I think that she felt it was very like, I think that she's like, how can you be in love with me? You don't even know me. Like, she's just very cynical person. She's like very skeptical. And I think that she just didn't trust your intentions with her. And that's what I think she means by playing games. I think that she just was like, I don't think he really understands like what dating me would be like. I don't think he really gets me. Like, I don't think he really understands. And again, this is her ego talking. This is not her higher self or like her soul, because I think that she does. If we were to take it from that perspective, I do think she felt that, you could see her in different ways that other people could. But I think her ego was saying, I don't think he really gets me. I don't think he really sees me. Like, I think he's just like, thinks that he knows me, but he hasn't really gotten the time to, like, he doesn't understand my interests. But again, this is her ego, and this is her way of like pushing you away. This is her way of finding an excuse to stop communicating with you altogether. James, yeah, you said you rejected so many relationships to be with her. I mean, and that's the thing, is that Patty was only going to hear what she wanted to hear. You could have told her that you rejected so many relationships to be with her, and she would have been like, why did you do that? Like, you should have been with someone else. Or you could have not told her, and she would have never known, and she would have also taken that negatively as well. So I just feel like I don't know, she's just like picking up on these impressions that, you're seeing someone new. The Knight of Cups is like giving your feelings to someone else. Like, you only have one cup to give, and it can't be to her right now because you guys aren't talking. So yeah. For intentions, we have the Nine of Wands. This is like ongoing issues between the two of you, ongoing battles. The Nine of Wands is kind of like you're at the home stretch, you're at the finish line. So her intentions with you might just be to just keep going on the path that she's on, which seems separate from you. She might be willing to go one last round with you. She might be willing to open up the window or crack the door with you one final time. But I think that she's kind of like, is it worth it? Is it worth doing this again with him? Because I think that she feels you guys constantly go round and round and end up in the same place. And so I think it makes her question, if she should. But I think that you could have one last shot at communicating with her. But I think that would be it. And I want to say that you would have to accept that she just wants to be friends with you. And I don't know if you would be willing to do that. I don't know if it would be worth it for you to go back down that road knowing that probably nothing will change. I don't think she feels that it's worth going down that road. So it's kind of like one of those things where it's like you guys might as well just keep going down the path that you're on, because I don't really see much changing here. No influences or blocks right now. Overall energy is the Six of Wands in reverse, which talks about being at a disadvantage. It also talks about her energy feeling like second fiddle to you, maybe to you in your relationship that she doesn't have, again, confirmed to know. But kind of feeling like your attention is somewhere else right now, and you feeling second fiddle to her because you feel her attention is not on you either. And it's also the energy of losing, like loss or defeat. James, I gotta run to my room real quick. Give me like 2 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to run to my room real quick. You said you were never going to tell her that. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. No matter what, you are going to be the bad guy. I know it. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. What's the next life together look like? What's the next life together look like? All right, so Patty is able to be more in her like feminine emotional side in the next life. She, I believe, has picked like a new profession. I want to say, I still feel like it's in like the spiritual, metaphysical like realm, the healing realm. I think her profession that she has right now technically is in the healing realm, but it's in like healing realm adjacent, because I think that what she does for people is therapeutic for them. So in a sense, it does help them, but it's not really like getting to the root of the issue. She's more just like symbolically healing them rather than like actually helping them. I feel like in the next life, she has something related to actually wanting to heal them for sure. So I think it's more of like her divine feminine energy in the next life. I don't think it's a masculine vibe for her, which I think in this life it is. So hopefully that means that by the end of this life, she does achieve some type of enlightenment. We have the Page of Cups here, which is like being able to express feelings and emotions, and we have the Queen of Cups. I think she might lead like women's retreats. She might turn some of that masculine energy into more like feminist roles, like kind of being a leader of like a feminist party, or it almost feels like she takes that like masculine action and turns it into feminine drive, if that makes sense. She's definitely a woman in the next life. Let's see. But I think her goal is more focused on unifying people, healing people, helping them to believe in the impossible. I feel like she could be running like, yeah, women's retreats. She could just be very focused on like feminism as a whole. You in your next life, let's see. Him in his next life. You are coming through as the Magician. And the Seven of Cups, you probably do multiple things. I don't think you have just one role in particular, but the Magician here shows like alchemy, alchemist. So I think you might just kind of stick with what you know. And I think you like doing energy work. So I think you'll kind of stick with that, because I see energy coming from your hands in the next life as well. Let's see. I think I wouldn't say you're like a darker energy in the next life. But you kind of give off like a darker energy. So I think you could have like a lot of Scorpio in your chart in the next life as well. I think she's drawn to this about you. I think that makes you more attractive to her. You're kind of a loner in the next life, it seems. I think you've achieved a lot of spiritual enlightenment. You don't really feel the need to like have the impression of other people, or like you don't need other people to validate you. So I think you kind of walk the life alone next life. But I don't it doesn't mean that you don't have people close to you. I just don't really see you being someone like needing the validation of other people. I think you're very happy with yourself, and I think if it wasn't for Patty, I don't think you would have reincarnated again. I think you would have been happy just kind of being in the other realm, maybe being a guide for other people potentially. I don't think you would have like necessarily wanted to reincarnate back onto Earth, to be honest. I don't feel like you have a lot of karma to balance in the next life. Like you maybe have some things to learn here and there, but I think your life overall is just pretty normal. It's not like you have a lot that you need to heal from or something in the next life. um I see her as like a mother figure. I see you as a father figure. I think that's the same. I think that's a father and mother of the same family. There's an age difference, I believe, in the next life. There seems to be like a age gap between you. I can't figure out if you're the younger one or if she is, but there's an age gap. So I think that whatever karma has to be learned or played out or balanced, it has to do with between the two of you, not necessarily yourself in the world. I don't know if you have kids. I think you do. If you don't achieve kids in the next life, maybe the next life is to just focus on your relationship. But I do see children eventually. So maybe that's the next life after that. It just depends on how much longer you guys want to do this. But I think you guys could honestly just keep going and going if you wanted to. I think you're the one that's into tattoos in the next life, James. You like tattoos in the next life. You might like them now, I don't know. But I think you kind of like go down that route, which might be surprising to you. You have a very unique name in your next life as well. It's not anything that we really know of or have heard of before. That's an interesting message that's coming through. It feels very like otherworldly, the name. Otherworldly or like futuristic. It doesn't feel like anything common that we know of today to be a name for yourself. I think you live by the water. I think water is very important to both of you guys in the next life. Maybe we learn more about water in the next life because I know that water is sentient. So I think maybe you've put a lot of focus on water healing, or maybe there's some kind of like future thing called water healing. I don't really know. But I'm just getting that you guys are focused a lot on that. There's a lot of cards here that have like the infinity symbol on it. So like I said, it makes me feel like you guys will just keep like living lives to whatever end you want. Like I think that you guys right now, this life might be just to focus on your individual shit that you have to balance out, so that way maybe future lives can be a little bit easier for you. Yeah, James, I got you. You say you don't dislike them, but you don't really have any desire. I'm the same way. Um, let's see. Yeah, I don't know if children are a thing for you guys in the next life. I think you have spirit babies around you all the time. I think they're just trying to figure out when they're going to come through. I think that the next life is focused on the love story. Aww. I don't mean to make you cry. You know, James, the tattoo, it's not even like in memory of someone. It's not like it feels, I gotta say, it feels tribal. It feels like it's a sense that the tattoo you get is a sense of pride. It's a sense of heritage. That's what it feels like to me. It's not like somebody who's randomly like, oh, I want to get a heart on my ankle. Like and it's not in, it doesn't feel like in memory of like a specific individual. Sometimes they get people get like tattoos of people who have passed away. It doesn't feel like that. It feels more like it feels more like a sense of pride, like a tribute to people as a whole, not like an individual person. Like it feels like a heritage, like representation. Okay, that's what the tattoo feels like. Oh, you didn't mean to say you're coming to tears. You think you're terms. Okay, I think I'm coming to terms with this life being the life we balanced out karma and setting up future incarnations. Yeah, I would agree. That's what it feels like for me too. Yep. All right, let's see. Messages from spirits. You know, I think also in your next life, I think you're coming to you kind of carry the energy work into your next life very early on. As a kid, you're doing things like early on as a child, like you're manipulating energy, and it's not really something that ever leaves you. So I feel like you master it very early on. I want to say like early 20s. It's like very easy for you. But that's because you're carrying it from this life into your next one. So basically that's something you don't have amnesia on. You don't really ever forget that part of yourself. You may wonder in the next life where it came from, but you don't forget how to do it. It's like muscle memory. I think it's because you're using your physical body to do something that like once you get back into a body, it's easy. Maybe. Messages from spirits regarding you guys. So they're saying that in this life, you're the perfect match for her, the person that she'll be in the next life. They're saying you're already that perfect match. So I think it's kind of like a situation where it's like her loss for not figuring that out sooner. But at the same time, it's important for you to know that you already are her perfect match. She just has not met you vibrationally, because in the next life she's coming through as the Queen of Cups and she's not there yet. You're coming through as the King of Cups already. Do you get what I mean? So you are already the perfect match for her that she will eventually figure out in the next life. Hmm. And I'm going back to like the previous reading real quick. I think that the next life she'll also be like pansexual, by the way. I think she's just attracted to people. I don't think she has like a sexual like orientation, because at first when I was pulling cards on you, I thought that you were going to be a girl in your next life, but you came through as the magician. So that tells me that you're a masculine energy in the next life. And she's very feminine, like very, very feminine in the next life. And if you guys are balancing the energies of one another, then you're going to be very masculine. So I think you're a man. I do. But I also think from her perspective, she's just like interested in people. So I think in the next life, she will be very attracted to you because you give something different. There's something unique and different about you that's making her really interested in you. But I think you'll find that in her history of that next life, she'll say that she's dated like all different kinds of people, because I don't think she really has a quote unquote type. I think in the next life, she's just drawn to the energy that someone gives off, and it doesn't really matter like who they are. She's very open to that. So back to this message from Spirit, you being the perfect match for her already. That it's just, she's got to get to where she's going to be in the next life. They are saying that you guys are, even if it feels like you guys are like on the wrong path, you feel like somehow you guys got turned around and everything turned upside down and you don't know how we got here. They are saying that you guys are on the right path. Like I think they want you to know that even if it feels like you aren't, you are. You guys are taking the right necessary steps for yourself and for your own individual journeys. I think everything kind of comes back around, like the infinity symbol in the next reading is, it's like whatever doesn't happen this time, you guys can come back around to that. Messages from Spirit regarding them. They're showing a very closed off energy, James, right now for your connection. There's like potential for you guys to come back together like later on in life. So for example, if she dates someone and maybe they get together for a long time and maybe they get married, or maybe they're just like life partners and that person passes away, she becomes a widow, and you find yourself to also be single at some point, down the line, then I think that you guys could come back together. But it feels like there's a lot of relationships first that have to happen before that, and I think that it may not happen, but it seems more like the end of life. And I know that when we were doing some readings before, I was kind of like, maybe you guys just need to kind of go your own way for a little while. I felt like I was very encouraged to tell you that there's going to be some time there apart. between the two of you where you guys are off doing your own thing. So it's like this could be like maybe you guys come back together when you're like 50, 60, something like that. And that may be the catalyst for why you reincarnate together, because you realize that you didn't get much time together in this life, you know? And so you're like, let's just find each other early. Next life, let's find each other young, you know, again. I'm also getting the message that you guys could continue on life after life after life, but you're eventually going to get back into the same place that you're at now if you keep, like, they're basically saying don't be greedy with your future lives. Like, don't just keep reincarnating just to be together, because you could eventually start causing problems for yourself in karma. So it's an interesting message, but I think that you guys have had a beautiful life together before. I think you guys have had it all in a past life before, but I think you wanted to live multiple lives together, like over and over and over again, and eventually being human can get in the way of those lives, and then you start to realize you have like karma. So this is an interesting message. So I feel like almost like they're saying you can't have like 10 good lives together in a row, because eventually karma will start to find its way back into your life, and then it's going to like snowball. And then so it's like, I feel like you guys have been doing this for like eons. I feel like you and Patty have been just doing this for a very, very long time. And that could be why it's so exhausting. So they're saying just be careful about, and I don't know how to like advise you to remember this information, because I don't really understand the spiritual side of things. But basically they're saying as long as you live the beautiful life together, maybe once or twice, but then after that you realize like we did it, and then maybe you go on to try to help other people before like trying to do something for yourself. I guess they just don't want greed to get in the way. And I know this is like a very like crazy message, but they're basically saying that in order to fuel the love between the two of you, you have to help the greater good. You have to help humanity. You can't just keep reincarnating just for the sake of wanting to be together, or you're going to create karma. You have to have an agreement that you're coming back to be together, but also to do something great for the greater good, and that it's not just selfish motivation to come back just to be together. But anyway, that was an interesting message. So that's what I have for you, James. Let's go ahead and move on to Amy. By the way, donations are open. You'll have one person ahead of you if you donate now. All right, BOGO for Amy. You're welcome, James. All right, Amy, I read your questions. Let's take a look at question number 1. Thank you so much, Luna. Finally look forward to those future lives together. You're welcome, James. I think it's important I make the best of my life without her here in my relationship with Kira. I do agree. I do agree. I think this life served to break our toxic negative cycles. James, 100%. I absolutely agree with that. For sure. You know, it makes me really happy to see you say those things, James, because I feel like that's huge for you. I feel like that's such a big deal because anybody can tell you that, but you have to realize it for yourself. And that's a really big deal to say the things that you just said. Amy, I'm shuffling for you right now. Bear with me, please. My cat, as we speak, Amy, is like driving me crazy because he's just sitting here messing up. I have all my cards in a pile and he's just over here sniffing them and pawing at them and knocking them over. And I'm just like, can you just let me be? He wants the rubber band that's on them right now. I have to like hide my decks from him. No. I was doing an offline reading last night for IJ, and I'm at my kitchen counter, like my kitchen island, and I see him running, like booking it down the hallway. And I catch him like a shadow out the corner of my eye, and I see a rubber band hanging out of his mouth. He literally went over to my pile. I have like a whole bookshelf of tarot decks, and he found a rubber band, and he was like, I'm fast as fuck, boy. And then just like ran down the hallway with it. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. I left that rubber band unattended for literally 30 seconds, if that. And he like knew. I'm just like, you are such a stinker. Like I can't I can't like leave him unattended. He's such a troublemaker. All right, girls. So, in regards to your kids, they were feeling that fiery energy for sure. So, I take it Miss Simpson is maybe more of a, I don't want to say hard ass, but maybe she's more rigid or maybe more strict. Maybe they felt like it doesn't mean she's not a sweetheart, but maybe they just take her more seriously. Maybe her age gives her seniority. I don't really know. But I know that with okay, she's old school. So she kind of like lays down the law. All right, that's what I figured. So what that tells me is that they don't view you as that strict person. I think also kids are very much susceptible to and influenced by a routine. So if anything is different, they feel like it's a free for all now. You know, something has changed and now we can just do whatever we want. I think that they're not used to you being the person that has to be like acting as Miss Simpson because maybe she handles things a certain way and you just kind of let her take the lead on that. So I think for them, and not only that, but you might be carrying over some residual like empathy for her and frustration because of what had happened and how it happened. And so you might be also like bottling that up inside, just feeling very frustrated that she's in this situation. I don't know if that means now you have more pressure on you as well to do what you need to do, but I feel like your kids are looking at you very like fiery, very fiery. We have the strength card, and in this deck, the strength card has two faces. One side of the face, it's the light seers deck. So one of the faces has like a lion's face, and it's like the other half of the face is like a normal person. So whenever I see this card, I also think like two-faced or like someone who's wearing a mask. And so like they've seen the other side of you because of this outcome. They're like, now we're seeing another side of her, and man, like she's fiery because you're coming through with like lots of wands. So here's the thing, I just don't think that they're used to seeing this side of you, and I think it's a little bit confusing for them. Like I said, kids are really influenced by routine, and so seeing a different side of you is probably hard for them, but at the same time they have to be put in their place. There's nothing really that you can do about this until the teacher comes back in and can like play her part again. You said you've been hauling ass. You literally count for two people. So that's what I was saying, Amy, is that you probably have a lot more pressure on you because she's gone. Like you guys are down in numbers. That could also be making you a little bit more irritable as well. Not irritable in the sense that you're doing a bad job, but just like anybody would feel frustrated. Like if you go from a 2-parent household to a 1-parent household, it's going to be stressful. You're used to having someone else there helping you and supporting you, guiding these children. It's going to be hard. So like that makes a lot of sense for me. But their perspective is that this is a side of you that they have never seen before. And not that it's like making them scared, but it's definitely making them feel it's making them feel shocked. Like it's making them feel like, oh shit. Like it's making them feel wide-eyed and kind of like, oh no. I think there are some kids, though, I'm going to tell you right now, I think some kids they're not taking you as seriously as some of the others. So, like, you kind of, what is going on out there? Hold on a second. So sorry. My cats are, like, fighting and I don't know what's happening. What is going on? What's the deal? Are you okay? So yeah, you have some kids that are, yeah, I feel like I'm dealing with what you deal with in the classroom right now. Having to yell at my children. I feel like some of the kids, they feel as though they understand and they only need one warning from you, and they are checked. They're good. They are going to listen from here on out. But I do think you have some kids that might need to see this side of you a couple more times. Maybe they think you're just bluffing. Maybe they think that, oh, well, she just, Miss So and so was just having a bad day. We'll call you Miss Amy. Miss Amy was having a bad day. So, you're probably going to have to, again, lay down the hammer. Or what did you say? How did you word it? Drop an octave. You're going to have to lay down the rules again on certain students, because the consistency is what they need. They need to see from you in order to really believe and trust that you mean what you say and you weren't just in a mood. Your kids will be testing the waters. Like I said, you've got a couple students, maybe even the majority of students, that are like, okay, we're not messing with her anymore. But I think that you got some students that are like, I'll believe it when I see it. And they may test your nerves on that. So yeah, they're not scared, but I think they're very shocked. I think this just really caught them off guard, and this made them feel like they were seeing a completely different side of you. And most of them take you seriously, but there are going to be some that are going to test you a little bit on that. You'll probably have to put them in place, but just again, when you can, single them out specifically. Don't punish everyone as a whole because of the mistake of a few. Yeah, you've definitely made an impression, that's for sure. But the kids are, again, they need that structure, so they need to hear things like you said. Just because Miss Simpson isn't gone doesn't mean her rules are gone. Nothing has changed, etc., etc. They need to hear that you are kind of in this place where you're we're still doing the same thing in the morning. We're still doing the same thing in the afternoon. Nothing is different. Nothing has changed. Everything is still going as usual. They need to hear that from you. So that's really important that you said that, because they need to feel like nothing is different. Like I said, sometimes when the kids see a substitute teacher, they think, oh, it's a free-for-all. If things are any different than usual, it's a free-for-all. I know that a lot of teachers have a hard time, for example, if there's a fire drill, their whole day is gone to shit because it's different than the norm. So trying to refocus rowdy kids who are outside of the school because of fire drill, that's really hard to kind of get them back into the headspace of, okay, we need to sit down, we need to learn. And so that's kind of what I feel your kids are dealing with right now, is it's hard to refocus them because things are different than what it usually is. Hey Eliana, yes, donations are open, girl. So yeah, I think that you will have to take this time to kind of step up the way that you have. You don't have to stay this way, though. If and when Miss Simpson returns, you can kind of go back to how you were, but they're going to have they're going to take you different, seriously. They're going to look at you differently now. Even still, regardless, the situation that has happened has changed things. As much as you want to keep them the same as much as possible, it has changed, and it's good that you are adapting to that and making sure that they understand who is in charge and who, needs to be listened to, because your job is to make sure that they are safe and they are taken care of and they are, whatever else you do, whatever they're learning. And so, like, you have to make sure that those things are first. They say it's not necessary for you to be liked. It's important for you to be, like, respected and understood, because you're the ones that's basically taking the places of their parents while their parents aren't there. So you can't have all this rowdiness with these kids that aren't listening because you aren't willing to step up and say, hey, like, cut it out. And so it's definitely important that you, like, give that discipline. But at the same time, you don't want them to fear you. And I don't think you're at that place yet. I don't think anyone's scared of you. So this is a good place to be taken seriously. Oh my God, Bodhi! Go somewhere else and do that. Oh. My cat is coughing up a hairball right now, and he wanted to do it right on my carpet. My entire house is hardwood floors, okay? Vinyl and, like, vinyl plank hardwood floors. Why does he choose the one tiny fucking square inch of my living room that has a rug laying down on it and chooses to do a hairball there? Why? Why? Can someone explain this to me? The other day, he did it right on my shoes. Let me make this clear. My entire house is hardwood floors. Like, you could literally do this anywhere. Ugh. I just yelled at him and he ran back to his room because he knows. He knows. You can't help having hairballs. Like, I don't get mad at you for having hairballs because, like, it's a part of Cat's life and but I will get fucking pissed at you doing it on my couch, doing it on my rug, doing it on my shoes, literally anywhere but cloth, please, for the love of God. Oh my God. I literally just had to yell at my... All right, Amy, we got to be done with this question because I feel like my cats are channeling your children and I got to go. I cannot do this. So let's shuffle for your next question because this is ridiculous. How many times have I yelled at them? Is this how you feel? We can't talk about your kids anymore. Eliana, thank you for the in-depth. Bodhi, can you please go lay down? You're driving me crazy. I'm about to put y'all in your room for a little bit. Just go lay down. Let me finish my work, please. Jesus Christ. Eliana, you're going to be after Amy, okay? The cats really do that. You're laughing, I speak. He said that's his house. Oh my God. Story of my life with my effing cat and my plants. I literally scream at her. I'm like, can you not? I speak. When it comes to your plants, I do have a little hack that works for my Christmas tree. Like, my animals, they only like fake things, like fake flowers. They don't mess with real flowers. So hopefully if I get plants, they won't fuck with those too much. But they have these scented pine ornaments that you can get. They're like pine sticks. They're like long, skinny, scented sticks that are meant to go on artificial trees. To basically make your house smell like you got a real Christmas tree. And we put those on our tree every year because we have an artificial one. And those actually keep my cats away. Like, they will not go near it because they cannot stand the smell. So I was thinking that if you could get your hands on some, you could probably hang them from like the planter like the pots maybe, and maybe your cats will leave the plants alone possibly. But you know, each cat's different. I recommended it to my mom and she said it didn't work for her cat, so maybe it won't work, but our cats cannot stand it. They if they smell it on us, they won't go anywhere near us. Aesthetic Delta, the list is for the free list, it is closed. The hairball on carpet. Your cat Panda. Oh my gosh. Let me see if I can find the link real quick. Lorraine, hold on 1 second. I think you can get them on Amazon as well. They're called Sensicles. They're not too bad price-wise. These ones I'm going to link are $9, but that is... That's the link there. So if you're interested. And they come with like little hooks. So you could always like just like hook them onto the side of the planter maybe. But it's worth a shot. If you want to keep them away, it might work. I don't know. It works for our cats. They hate it. So they stay away from everything. All right, let's take a look, Amy, what this person thinks of you. All right, Amy, so this is going to kind of freak you out a little bit because I want to say that you said you've had a dream about them. Wait, have you had a dream about this person? Yeah, you said you've been having dreams. So that's being confirmed here, Amy. The High Priestess and the Hermit is here. And this is like introspection. And so I feel like this person is trying to connect with you in your dreams. Can I tell you something really funny? And maybe you'll be able to relate because maybe this is what's happening to you. But okay, imagine that you're in your room and you're doing like just drawing, or you're talking to your friend or whatever, or maybe you're like working, I don't know. But all of a sudden this person that shouldn't be there with with you in those moments is kind of like standing in the corner of your room. And that's kind of creepy. That's what been happening to me in my dreams a little bit lately. There is somebody that I know that is coming into my dreams that aren't supposed to be there. So like I'm having dreams where I'm like with my family and we're all visiting, and then this person just shows up and they're just like standing in the corner of the room, like watching me interact with like people and like live my life. And this person's still Earthside, but he doesn't belong in that dream. And I know, and like when I wake up and even when I'm dreaming, I'm like, this person doesn't belong here. Like, what is this person doing here? And so that makes me feel like this person's energy is heavy on me. And I can determine that this person's just kind of doing like kind of like spying, if that makes sense. They're just like not supposed to be here in these dreams, and they just keep showing up in these like random places unrelated to that person. And if I was having dreams of that specific scenario, like where I knew that person or we were doing the things we used to do together, then I could understand that. But that's not the case here. So Amy, that's one example. If you ever have a dream like that, this person is like heavily putting their energy on you and heavily focused on you, because they're going to appear in dreams that don't make sense for them to be there. That's like number one. Number two is you being put in situations where you feel like this is just like abnormal for you to be in this situation. They're trying to show you certain things that you've never experienced with them before. You said you keep dreaming of him flirting. So I will say that could be like a subconscious thing if you thought about this all the time, but you said you don't. You said you don't ever think about this person. You don't associate with this person. They're not a part of your day-to-day life. And somehow it's almost like their desires have been pushed upon you in your dream. What I'm getting the message of is that it doesn't mean that that's their current desires, Amy, because time is an illusion and everything is energy. So everything that is now, everything that was, everything that's going to be is all happening at the same time. So you may be getting latent impressions, meaning like delayed impressions of something that he actually desired at one point with you. So I know that you said he's currently involved with someone else. So it doesn't mean that he's currently feeling this way. It just means that he was at one point. Hey, Naisha, yes, absolutely. But because they were unused emotions, so to speak, they were unexpressed emotions, and this person didn't reveal them to you, it's like reaching you now on kind of like a delayed loop, if that makes sense. So it doesn't mean that this person is still feeling this way, but it means that this person once hold these feelings for you and suppress them, aka latent feelings, that now are coming to you in this like delayed way. Does that make sense? So you're getting these impressions now in your dreams. And I think also too, as we develop our intuition, which I think you've been working on, and we start to become more in tune with the universe, we start to open up our psychic abilities, then it gets to a point where we might start unlocking maybe some messages that were left for us that we never got the first time around. So imagine like your psychic abilities is like a old cell phone, okay, and you don't know where the cell phone is, you haven't seen it in years, but people have been leaving messages for you on that cell phone, and it's just like you've never gotten them, you never listened to them because you didn't know where your phone was. And then as your psychic abilities develop, you find your cell phone, and then you're listening to all the old voicemails that maybe were sent to you a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, however long ago, but you're just now getting the messages. That's what I feel is the metaphor for the situation right now, is that these messages were something that you've always kind of known, but you just never cognizantly recognized them, and now you're getting them at this time. So he is sending you information in a dream. Your intuition is increasing. And so these like images of like him flirting with you and kissing you, it could be like maybe something that he's daydreamed about or that he's dreamed about as well. He said when you were younger, you confessed feelings to him. You were in middle school to get your feelings towards off the chest. He said to your friend who told you his answer was you're cute, but he's rejecting you. But yeah, you just thought it was interesting because he thought he never saw you as attractive as you grew up or could possibly like me. Just because you know he was a popular sports kid. And legit was the quiet and nerdy type. Oh, Amy. You know what? You'd be surprised. You really would be surprised at how much like the popular athletic dudes like the quiet and like different type of person. Like it's just like classic. It's, I mean, you see it in movies, you know, like the guy, the athletic jock, like falls for like the quiet nerdy girl. Like, I mean, that's classic. Um, and that's not a story for no reason. Thank you, Naisha. I've got you, girl. We're working on Amy right now. Then it'll be Eliana, then it will be you, okay? That's why I'm like, you want to know, I want to know how he actually felt towards me. Yeah, so let's pull a couple more cards for you. Whoa. All right, how did he feel towards her? How did he feel towards her? So, Amy, believe it or not, you were like a significant player like in his life. You, I think, maybe gave him a different perspective. Him saying that you're cute, but you like weren't, he was, or saying that you're cute, but he wasn't interested in like furthering the connection in a romantic way, just indicates to me that like there was attraction there for you. It's just that maybe he was allowing his ego to get in the way from pursuing something. He maybe felt like he had a certain type or something like that that he needed to go for. And maybe you just didn't fall into that category. Maybe he was not interested in having a girlfriend at that time. Maybe he felt like he needed to focus on his like extracurricular activities and things like that. Like, I don't really know specific like why he would turn you down, but it makes me feel like there was attraction here. You also have a lot of like major arcana cards that are coming out right now, and they're all in the positive aspects. So it's indicating to me that you brought enlightenment to him. I think at first maybe he was like really flattered and was like, oh my god, like that's so sweet. I think that's awesome. This girl thinks I'm attractive and like, you know, has a thing for me. That's really cool. It's just not something I'm interested in right now. But I think that what happened was it was kind of like the exposure effect. I think at first he really didn't know exactly what to say or how to respond. And I think that he continued to think about it. And I think that things just started to change. You got an answer from him. You moved on from him. You were like, okay, he's not interested. Moving on to the next. And I think that he's kind of got stuck with that impression of the fact that you found him attractive. And somehow that made him start thinking about you more. And so this perspective then kind of shifted. And the Major Arcana card indicates that while you may not feel that you have left an impression on this person or that you didn't serve as like a big role in this person's life, Major Arcana signifies major life themes. So it indicates to me that since all these cards are coming out so far, that our Major Arcana is that you actually left a bigger mark on him than maybe you even realized. Another Major Arcana, we have the Lovers here. So 4 Major Arcana cards coming out right off the bat. I think that maybe he was thinking in another time, in another life, maybe he could be with you. He probably was thinking that he maybe made too fast of a move. He was too hasty. He was too impulsive with his reaction, that maybe he should have said like, well, that's so nice of her. Like, you know, I don't know if I'm interested right now, but like, we'll see kind of thing. Because I think that maybe he felt like he just had a knee-jerk reaction and responded too soon. And he kind of just like shot himself in the foot by like not really thinking through that. And I think that there were times where he was fantasizing about you, and, you know, that there's definitely like a desire to kind of see what that would have been like, or to explore that connection with you further, which obviously didn't happen. And so I think now you're feeling all of the things that maybe he was like daydreaming about or thinking about, and now it's coming through to you in like a psychic way. The funny part is right now the person he is with right now was the person he dated for a second in middle school, and you were the one who got them together. Oh my gosh. So, like, that's what I mean by the major arcana cards is, remember I said you left an impression, like you impacted his life in a significant way, even more than you realize. And then you tell me that the person that he's in a relationship with, they're together because of you. That's what I mean. Like, you have impacted his life. Like, you have made a huge impression on him, and you've kind of like helped carve the way for him and like put his life on this trajectory, because he wouldn't have known this girl most likely if it wasn't for you. And so like he does have appreciation for you and think about you quite a bit, because you have like kind of made an impact in a big way. So, you know, who's to say what's going to happen with this other girl that you introduced or got them together? Who's to say? But it seems like to me that this person did have some unresolved, unexplored, unexpressed feelings for you. And because they weren't acknowledged, they're still in there in him somewhere. But he could just be very focused on his current relationship at this time, because I have the 9 of Wands. So it's like him being a bit more guarded when it comes to you. So maybe he's just trying to do right by his current relationship. Does that answer your question? You won't lie, you still think he's cute. Well, I'm sure he hasn't changed. Well, I guess he has, because you said it was in middle school, so I guess that makes sense. I was gonna say, if you thought he was cute at one point, you probably still do. Right, right. Yeah, you've got some enlightenment going on. You are opening yourself up to new insights and new things coming in, Amy. And you know, you have such a strong connection to the spiritual realm through your heritage, through your culture. So I think that, you know, it's only a matter of time before things start opening up to you. Clearly have always been drawn to this type of thing. And I think it's just going to get stronger and stronger as you get older and the more experiences that you have. You're welcome. Well, I hope you enjoy it. Have a good night, Amy. It was nice seeing you. Hey, Eliana. I have you for an in-depth. What would you like me to look into for you? Good night. Why one of your close friends had a dream with him. Oh my god, why are we having these dreams collectively? Okay, chat, listen. Why are we having dreams of these people? Why? Why is that happening? I have dreams of people I don't think about. I don't. They're not a part of my daily life even. Like, I just don't understand. I don't get it. And now this poor girl, Mike is so into your energy, Eliana, that he's like trying to connect with you any way he can. So that is telling me that your friend, first of all, you and this friend that is dreaming, you're very connected. Okay, so if she has not, like, if she's interested in but has not looked into strengthening her psychic abilities, she may want to do that, because it just shows that she's very connected to you. You said that she's one of your close friends, and now she's picking up on that energy. So I think she could be feeling a little bit of your energy about this. Maybe you guys talk about this person, but it's also that Mike's energy is going to go wherever it's being received. You know, whoever it is he can get a hold of, his energy is going to go there. So she's picking up on that. It just means that, you know, she's a little bit psychic too. She was supposed to be fighting him in a, oh my god, she called me in the dream and said, I'm supposed to be fighting Mike, and I told her I'll call him and tell him to cancel. Oh my god, that's so funny. Cancel the fight. She said in the dream we're like married and it ended with the fight being canceled. Is she a boxer? I think that part of that is her desire, or like, I think it's her desire for your happiness as well, Eliana. I think that she wants you to be happy, and if she feels like this person would make you happy, then that's what she wants for you. Like, I almost feel like she's the type of friend that's going to be on your side no matter what. Like, if we're hating on someone, she's taking your side. If we're loving someone, she's taking your side. I think she really just wants what's best for you, and she wants him to be good to you. She doesn't want, basically she feels protective of you, because you said she's not even a boxer. So like, I feel like she's very protective of you, and I feel like maybe she's feeling a little bit frustrated about like what he's doing, and I think that she wants him to do right by you. I really do. And I think that she's a little bit frustrated because she thinks that if this person can make you happy, like, why isn't he just stepping up? Because I think she wants you to be happy. But she's also, like I said, protective of you. Oh, she was canceling your disagreement. Interesting. Yeah, because Eliana, I feel like she wants you and him to be happy. And if him making you happy makes you happy, then, or if he's able to make you happy, that's what she wants. That's hilarious. All right, so Mike is looking for a reunion with you. He still has it bad. Usher song. What's the Usher song? You Got It Bad. I don't know if that's what the title of the song is, but you know what I'm talking about. I feel like that's it. Like, he's still hung up on you, and he's like looking for any kind of opportunity. Would you? Well, no, because he needs to be the one to. It's almost like he's looking for an opening with you. He's looking for. You do? Who doesn't? Who doesn't love that song? I feel like he's looking for an opening, like an opening of exchange, like an opportunity where he can like kind of get in there, if that makes sense. Like I feel like he's like, if I could just get a sign from her that she would be interested in communication, then I would take that opportunity. I feel like he's just looking for some type of exchange. We have the Six of Cups. This is like him wishing to reconnect with you. Whoops, sorry. I just realized I was on mute. You said, it's funny because I haven't posted on Instagram for a few days and he took a few days off. Then I posted on my story and he posted on his. So it's like he's kind of following suit, kind of like following what you're doing. He's definitely paying a lot of attention to you as well. We have the King of Swords, a person like a king, a knight, a page, whatever. It always makes me feel like they're paying a lot of attention. They're paying very close attention. This is all mental, it's all intellect. I think that he's reflecting on like the memories that you guys did make and maybe feeling a little nostalgic for when things were different, when you guys were in communication. The one thing that's replaying to me more than even your date is your phone calls that he is like reflecting on and like looking back on a little nostalgically. Maybe he feels like he wishes he could reach out and call you. I think that he wants to reconnect and revisit this relationship, and that he feels like he has some unresolved emotions or unfinished business related to you. And I think that he's still carrying this. I think that he wants to address these with you. I think that he wants to reach out. But the thing with the Six of Pentacles, it makes me think is like it needs to be balanced. It needs to be even. Like I feel like he needs to feel as though it's not all being put on him, even if it should be being put on him. I think he needs to see some kind of initiative from you to show at least you be open to communication. Because I think that he did try to move on. I think he's even maybe been talking to other people, but he can't seem to like get you out of his head. We have the wheel. So this is like the turning point, like him waiting for a turning point in your connection where things can be better. You have the Empress. So he's like, Eliana is my dream girl. She's the ideal woman. What did I do? Three of Pentacles, maybe hoping that you guys would be able to find some common ground. Okay. We have a conjunction here. So this indicates to me that he wants to like merge with you. Like he wants to come together with you. He wants to be close to you because you have a strong influence on him. He's like, I want to come together with her. He wants to be close to you. He could even be thinking of like some really off the wall shit to like be able to communicate with you about. Something feels a little strategic on his end. Like he might be thinking of even out of the box reasons to contact you, because we have Uranus energy, which talks about like radical change. So he may be thinking like really outside of the box. Like he's thinking something, you know, kind of crazy, kind of eccentric. You know, Uranus is the only planet that's turned on its side. So maybe he's saying like my whole world is turned over since like we stopped talking, because I think that it happened so abruptly. I think he just was not like prepared for it. I don't think either of you were actually. He's kind of coming through like I did not expect this to happen. Like it just happened so fast. Like it made my head spin. Like I don't even know how this happened. So he's thinking like very much eccentrically, very like different, very unique. He's trying to think of unique strategy. Not off the wall. You grounded your energy so much the last few days. That's good. Remember you said you was starting to feel like you had to think outside the box. Oh, I did? I've already said this before. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, no, I don't remember that. It was abrupt. You were not expecting it at all. You're still so confused as to why, but also not questioning, if that makes sense. Yeah, I got you. You're not trying to harp on this too much. I understand. So you're going to kind of like get chills because I pulled house 11, which is the house of friends, and considering your friend just had a dream about him, it indicates his outreach to your friends energetically. House 11 is like-minded people. I mean, I'm telling you right now, he may even do something crazy. Like, I'm going to give an example. He is strategizing so much and so out of the box that like he might even do something that like to get in contact with you. Like for example, he might throw a charity event. This is an example. I don't think this is literally what he's going to do, but it's this extreme. It's like this vibe, okay? It's this flavor of strategy where he would want to see you so badly that he would throw a charity event for something that is important and near and dear to his heart and send you an invitation to go to that charity event in hopes that you would show up. Like that's what I mean by out of the box thinking. Like he would do something that wouldn't be like completely, and he'd be like, "Oh no, I'm sending you an invitation. It's for the charity. It's not for me. It's for the charity." Like, but you know, you're a good person and I figured you'd want to come. Like, I mean, this man is strategizing. He's thinking of everything he can think of. And so reaching out to your friends, House 11, reaching out to like-minded people, like-minded individuals. He may be trying to think of something that like he thinks you would enjoy to do, you would enjoy to go to. I mean, I'm telling you right now, this man is like, it's reminding me of How I Met Your Mother, Ted Mosby, when he ran into this girl and he wanted to invite her over, but he needed an excuse. So he said he was throwing a party and was like, "Hey, would you want to come to the party?" And she said, "Yeah." And he said, "Sweet." And then he got home and told all his friends, "Now we have to throw a party because I invited her to a party that doesn't actually exist right now." And then she didn't show up the next day. They ran into each other. He's like, "Oh, sorry, we missed you." And she's like, "No." She's like, "I'm so sorry I wasn't able to make it. This, and this happened. You know, like I wish I could have come." And he was like, "Well, you know, like I'm having another party tonight." And it's like he's like constantly thinking of like ways to get you to come to this thing. So that's what I mean. Like he's matching that energy of like thinking something crazy to try to get you to come. Oh, I did. Okay, well, he is thinking outside the box. That's so funny that I had said that before. I didn't remember that. But yeah, so like I guess he's gotten to that point now where he is thinking outside the box. I think you just gotta let him do his thing. Yeah, you gotta just let him like figure it out. If you want to drop a little hint in your stories that you would be open to communication in some like very like symbolic way, you can definitely do that, but that's up to you. Like I said, he's looking for like what is it? A lifeline from you. That's what I'm hearing, lifeline. Like he's looking for something from you at all, anything that would make him think that there's an opening for recontact. Okay, well maybe there you go. Maybe that's all he needs. And he is aware of the fact that you like this song and he likes this song and that this is a song that has been connected to the two of you. Like he's aware of that. All right, perfect. I feel like that's what he needs. Has he seen it yet? Oh, perfect. Hey, Naisha. It looks like you donated for a BOGO. You're sure he had to have seen it, at least you would think. Okay, that's right. That's right. Did you just post the song or did you actually like post a message with the song? You know what's so funny is like now that I said Usher, You Got It Bad. You know what other song I'm hearing is Alicia Keys and Usher, My Boo. That's like another song that's coming through for me right now. Like I'm getting like early 2000s vibes. Is that early 2000s? No, that's late 90s. That's late 90s. So like I don't know why. Like I'm getting like that whole vibe for you right now during your reading. A little boy dedicated that song to you. Oh my god, that's so funny. You posted with black hearts. Okay, so there you go, Eliana. You're sending him a message. I hope he saw it. 90s R&B is so good. Oh my god, that's so funny. I love it. Yeah. Yeah, I love that time for music. Absolutely love that time. I will say though, it is kind of sad now as we're an adult. We see things with like clearer eyes, like our childhood shows, our childhood song, music, artists. Like you realize kind of how the things that they had to go through just to give us the joy. So it's kind of like some of it's tainted, you know, and it kind of sucks. But those were really good songs for sure. You're welcome, Eliana. Yeah, hopefully he saw it. It is. It is. Like Nickelodeon, and then a lot of the artists that we know now, like, it's awful. I know. It's all tainted. But whatever. We had the best years of music. That's what I will say. Are we all 80s babies? Like early 90s, 80s babies? Yeah. I'm 89. We had the best generation of music, hands down. All right, they don't want you to stick it out with this job, but they do support waiting until you find something new. I don't think this job is going to improve for you. I have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Eight of Swords. So this is making me feel like this is just not it. I don't know if I would say that you're out of alignment with this job, but I just don't feel like it's quite... I feel like it's I don't know, maybe it is a natural stepping stone for you, but it just doesn't feel quite settled for you. But I asked specifically if you should keep this job, and I got a no. I got the Devil and I got the Chariot, basically saying you need to get out of there. The Devil is like Capricorn energy. It kind of reminds me of the Lovers, which is like duality, twins. And then the Chariot kind of has like a duality of light and dark. So I kind of feel like maybe some days are good, some days aren't so great. Maybe more days are not so great. But I feel like they're saying you gotta go. Like you gotta cut the chains on this job and you gotta leave. We have the best generation of music, so many transitions, dial-up internet, Wi-Fi, we saw it all. We saw it all. And you know what's actually kind of crazy is we were the last generation to not be born with all of this technology. Like, yes, computers were around in the 90s and things like that, but we didn't live connected to our phones. We were the last generation to know what it was like to have to look up an encyclopedia, look up a thesaurus, use a typewriter to type our papers. Like, we know what it, we were the last generation for the phones, like the cordless phones, or corded as well. And like calling people's houses to talk to your friend rather than texting them directly. Like we went through like such a big thing that like no one will ever understand anymore. We were the last ones and we didn't even know it. We had no idea. You said the company is raggedy. You gotta go. You gotta go. Like they're clearly stating you should not stay there. Again, you are in support of you are being supported and waiting until you find something else. Hey, Lucky, all of my lists are closed for the night. We didn't grow up connected to our phones. I used to say, yeah, use a payphone. My sister, actually, she wanted a video camera so bad when she was younger. I want to say like she was like 12. She wanted a video camera so bad, and she got one for Christmas, and then she decided to like use that to like record all of us all the time. And I swear if like I put them on TikTok, they would go viral because they're just us being kids in the early 2000s. I was like 14, and we like would go to the mall, and she was like recording the mall, what that used to look like. Like she literally has a video of us standing at the payphones to call like our mom or our friend's mom to come pick us up from the mall. Like we have so much footage of that kind of stuff, and it's just so crazy. It's so crazy to think how things have changed over time. It's wild. Yeah, asking their parents to speak with them. Yes, it's so funny. So Naisha, in terms of like things improving for you, I have the Ace of Pentacles, I have the Nine of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Two of Cups. So this is indicating to me that the job situation will improve, but I don't think that your job that you're currently at will improve for you. They are saying that a new opportunity will come in, Ace of Pentacles. So my guess is within the next maybe 6 months. Let me check that. Hold on. When will she be switching positions? When will a new job come to her? Actually, it'll be sooner than 6 months. Let's see. I almost feel like you're going to be searching and searching and searching, but I think something's going to fall in your lap kind of unexpectedly. I'm going to say 3 months. I'm going to say within the next 3 months, actually, is when this will happen. I think that you're going to be looking. And like I said, I think this opportunity is going to kind of come out of nowhere. It might be like a conversation you're having with a friend, and she's like, you know what? I have a good friend that's actually said that they were looking for someone. You know, maybe it's like a networking thing. Or maybe the part that's unexpected is like how fast it comes to you, or maybe the type of job is something that you like weren't necessarily looking for, but it seems to kind of fall in line. That it reminds me of a situation like I just got out of. It kind of feels like you're doing like a completely different like move, like a completely different industry even, because it's reminding me of a time where I went to cosmetology school, and I like literally got my license, sat for the boards. Like I mean, I went through all the schooling. I did put all the hours in that's necessary and required, but I did my written and practical state board exam. I paid for all of that, and I got my licensing for it. And then I went and worked at a salon, which I became the manager of. And I mean, I'm working at a salon, okay? But it was before I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism, and I was really struggling to like be on my feet all day long every day. And I just was like struggling with it. I was like, I just don't think that I want to do this. If I do something related to it, I feel like it needs to be something else. And I was also working another job at the same time at a restaurant, because I mean, I was a hustler when I was younger. I was working like multiple jobs, going to school and working. And I was like, you know what? I have the fallback of the restaurant job. So I was like, I'll just get more hours there until I can figure something out. And then a friend of my mom's was like, hey, would Amanda want to work at this medical field? It's a front desk receptionist position. That is nothing like I've ever done before. I've worked retail, I worked hospitality, I worked at a salon and managed a salon, never worked in the medical field ever. But it came out of nowhere. And that's kind of what this feels like, is it's kind of something that kind of maybe take you by surprise in some way that you just weren't expecting. It's not necessarily what you were looking for, but you're like, maybe it could work. And it actually becomes something really good for you. Yeah, I'm so sorry you're dealing with that. Can you tell me anything about what you're doing right now? Oh, corporate. Okay, okay. I feel like it's an industry change. What you're doing, I feel like it's different. I feel like you have the capacity for it, like you have the education for it and the wherewithal, the ability to do that. But I think that it's something different than what you've been doing. You schedule interviews for healthcare providers like nurse doctors. You're also doing a lot more than your job description. Wait, you schedule interviews for healthcare providers. Oh, okay. Curious about paralegal. Told your manager who's decent. We'll see. Okay, good. I'm glad it resonates. Earlier on, you said, wow, she may get a company to sponsor that. What were we talking about at the time? I don't remember. Oh, I see. Wait, what do you mean? Like what do you mean by a company to sponsor it? You think someone would want the videos? Oh my god, that's so funny. If it was just me and my sister on it, then I would say yeah, probably. But it's got like another and we still are in communication with the person. My dad's ex from a long time ago. We used to spend a lot of time with her daughter. We were like, all three of us were like sisters to each other. And actually one of her daughters sold me this house that I'm currently living in. So like we're still in contact with them, and they like just came to my nephew's birthday party a year before last, and you know, we went to her baby shower, and so like we're still in contact with each other even though she's not with my dad anymore. But she's in the videos a lot, so we would have to get her permission for that as well. But it's something to think about. We kind of have been, oh, I see what you're saying. So not something to be like published publicly, but just to use as inspiration. That's so funny. Yeah, we'll have to look at it. A lot of it's like home video stuff. Like a lot of it's like my brothers when they were little, like my family and things like that. But yeah, very like home video style esque. But then there's like a lot of stuff of us just acting like complete fools and being bored, because back then you could be bored. So we would just like record ourselves doing all kinds of stuff, dances, and my sister would like record me talking on the phone to like my boyfriend at the time. And I'm always like, get out of here, and like shut the door in her face. Just stuff like that. Yeah, it's great. I mean, I'm happy that she got the can. It's fun to watch. It's funny to look back on and be like, wow, We've really changed. I think we even have on camera when I first found out my mom was pregnant with my brother. I figured it out and I confronted her about it because my mom was a smoker, and when she got pregnant, she stopped smoking, of course. And every time we went out to dinner, she would always get a margarita. And so I noticed that she wasn't smoking and she didn't get a margarita. And then when we got home, I saw that she got cocoa butter from the store, I guess. And I put it all together. I was like, not smoking, not drinking, and cocoa butter. Because the last time that she had cocoa butter, she was pregnant. And I was like, what the is going on? So I confronted her about it. And I'm pretty sure my sister has like our reactions on camera. Because my two youngest siblings are 16 and 18 years younger than me. So I was old enough to kind of put it all together. You moved and lost so many photos. That makes me so sad for you. It does smell good. All right, so you said diving into this business venture this weekend. Going to work on a site, create all the social media, etc. Anything you should know. All right, so this weekend. So is this part of your current job to go to this site? Say, girl, I can so relate. My mom never told me about her pregnancies. I had ways of finding out. I was 9 with one sibling and 17 with another. Oh my gosh. Yes. I'm so much older than them. So we're very similar in that way too. And I don't even know if we knew that. You're the oldest sibling? Oh, okay, sir. Okay, got you. Okay. Well, I see you here as the boss. As soon as you said a website you're creating, the Emperor came out. I'm the oldest too. So you said 9 years difference and 17 years difference. Wow. That's like me. Me and my sister are a little over 2 years apart. And then me and the next sibling after that are almost 7 years apart. And then me and the next sibling after that are 16 years apart. I was about to turn 16 when he was born. And then the next sibling after that, I'm a little over 18 years older. My mom was very, very pregnant nearing the end of my high school career. We have a lot in common. So, are you going by yourself to this, or do you have someone assisting you or helping you? Is this all solo? Because I feel like you're in charge here. I'm getting that you're very much in charge. We have the Emperor and the King of Pentacles. This is your idea. This is your vision. You maybe even have like a plan of how things are going to go. Maybe like a little template or like a little itinerary of things that you have to check off your list and make sure that you get the content for, or that you get done. Maybe certain things will be improv when you get there. Maybe certain things you'll go, okay, I thought it would be like this, but maybe we should do this instead. So there's like working parts, I feel, as well. Basically one of the messages is leave room for improvisation. Go in with a goal, and if you can have everything done exactly how you envision, that's great. But they're saying like just be mindful of the fact that you might have to improv a little bit. So just like leave a little bit of room for innovation. Open to changes. Okay, perfect. You're doing it all by yourself in your home office this weekend? Let me see. This is going to be like, and again, I feel like I'm looking past this weekend as well when I tell you these things. So if it doesn't resonate for you for this weekend, just know I'm kind of viewing it like past this weekend as well. I think right now it's just good for you to kind of get your feet wet, to get yourself set up on like the back end, to get like get yourself established across multiple platforms, you know, setting up the Google accounts, the emails, the website, the, you know, whatever you're going to be called on whatever websites or whatever like social media you choose. Like this weekend just feels very much like just kind of getting yourself going to feel like you're creating, you're just like at the starting, like I don't know how to explain this, you're at the beginning, like, so basically this is where passwords are going to be being created. This is where usernames and emails and like all that stuff. He said my website, social media platforms, dance store, setting the foundations. The next week you're going to start posting content. Yeah, okay, perfect. So we're on the same page with that. That was the message that I was getting. Improvisation might just be strictly related to the content, but keep in mind that, and of course that's going to come later, but keep in mind that it might also be something that you'll have to do on like the back end. Like maybe you wanted something to be spelled a certain way, or you wanted like this specific domain name, maybe it's taken. I don't know. There could be some improv that needs to happen this weekend as well, but hopefully not. Hopefully you get everything you want. Let's see. I'm seeing assistance. I guess it's not right now, but I'm seeing assistance. I'm seeing people like I really feel like you hire someone on. Like this is a business that becomes an LLC. It becomes something that you have payroll for, is what it feels like to me. I feel like there's very minimal startup cost. And I think that's why you're so excited to get started on this, because you're finding ways to do this as affordably as possible. But there still is going to be some cost associated with this. And so, you know, if you are open to maybe some type of investor or like some angel, what is it called? Like an angel donation. I feel there's something. What is the website where it's like if you're starting something up, if you're inventing something or starting up a business, and you can just like advertise it, and then there's like angel donators that can come in and help you with those funds. But it's like a specific website, and I can't think of the name of it right now. But I feel like crowdfunding, maybe, yeah, like maybe something like that. Let me look it up. Hold on. It's Kickstarter is the one I was thinking of, but they have a bunch of them that you may be interested in looking into that at some point, and basically just like explaining what it is you're doing, and maybe you could find an angel donator or an angel investor to come in and basically just be like a silent assist, essentially. Because getting licensing in like your LLC and all of that, and being able to work in certain states and things. Again, I don't know exactly what your business is, but that stuff does cost money. Even if it's only a couple $100s, it's still going to cost money. And so I feel like, yeah, of course, I feel like it's important that you look into ways to having other people help you with that cost as well. Because like I said, in the beginning, the startup cost doesn't seem big, but I'm hearing from Spirit, it is going to get bigger. It is going to get bigger. And so you might need a little extra help. And they don't want that to be on your shoulders to have to pay back. They don't want you to take a loan out for this if you can avoid that at all costs. They want this to be something that people come in and help you with. Rich people get donations. Rich people don't spend their own money to live. They spend other people's money. So you have to think with that mindset, is that you don't want to take out a loan and put yourself at risk for this business. You want to see if other people will fund it for you. Because, you're going to need like trademarks as well, probably for your company name and things like that. You don't want someone to take your idea. You might have to talk to like a business lawyer at some point. Which again, I understand is why you were looking into being a paralegal. So maybe you just need to go down this route too, because you're going to have a better understanding of how to best protect yourself. So maybe the paralegal route is calling you for a reason, because now you're starting to get into the business side of this, and you need to figure out how to set yourself up for success and like protect yourself. So there's the courses you want to take too. You're going to start looking into that. Thanks for mentioning that. You're welcome. I'm going to look into that. They sure do spend other people's money. Yeah, trademarks and stuff. Exactly. We're on the same page. So yeah, that's what's important, is to like find ways that you're not going to dig yourself into a hole. I love the fact that this is minimal cost startup, because like I'm doing the same thing with something else. But at the same time, I know it's going to cost me money. Regardless, it's going to cost money, whether it's marketing or it's like forming my business and getting like licensing or whatever. Like there's going to be cost associated with it. It's minimal, but it's still cost. So however much that you can do to eliminate that would be best. So some kind of crowdfunding, some type of way to like raise money for you. Because when the contribution is small from different people, it's like every dollar counts. Then it becomes this big pot, like if some people are donating 500, some people are donating 100, some people are donating 200, it eventually becomes something substantial, but nobody's really stretched too thin for it. So if they believe in what it is that you're doing, they're going to want to contribute to that. And it shouldn't be something that you have to do out of your own pocket. Thank you. I appreciate that. I will definitely take you up on it if I have any questions, or like if I'm like have any questions about something I'm doing and maybe you've done it before. I will absolutely be reaching out to you. That would be perfect. Actually what I just heard of, and I thought about this actually last night and today, we need more on, what is it called? Oh my God. Home visits. Like we need more physicians that are willing to come to people's homes for a checkup. Not like home health. That's not what I mean. I mean, so that the person doesn't have to physically go to the doctor. So almost like a nurse that comes to you to have your doctor's appointment with you at home. Like I was thinking that we need more of that. And I'm like, I don't know why that's not a thing. Well, because people probably expect more money for it, because driving to someone's house is not billable. But if there's a way to make that happen, I think that would be a service that a lot of people could want. Because like house calls, there you go, house calls. Bigger dreams require big money. Yeah, start off small. Don't stretch yourself too thin, because you can use the profits that you make from your smaller ideas to fund your bigger ideas. it's something you're advocating for, house calls provider. It's called direct care. Thank you, Naisha. You know all about that, girl. But that's what I was thinking about last night, actually. It's so funny because my husband and I are watching 90 Day Fiance, and we're watching a season where a girl got plastic surgery, and she's in so much pain, like so much pain. And I understand like needing to follow up post-op with the physician that did your surgery. That makes a lot of sense. But the nurse that's basically doing everything could come to the person's house, FaceTime the doctor, and the nurse could like rebandage them and get them all set up, and they don't have to physically leave their home, and then they can have a telehealth call with the doctor and then be like, we'll see you. Because this girl had to go back in 24 hours. She is in so much pain. She can barely move, and they're like, you need to physically come to the doctor. So she has to get out of bed, get in the car, get in all the bumps on the road, get to the doctor's office. They have to like undo all of the bandaging and everything, and then redo her up, and then like send her back on her way. And she like looked like she was in excruciating pain. And I was like, why didn't they do a telehealth call and send a nurse to her house to do all the physical stuff that needs to be done? Why are they making her like literally leave her home? So like these are just some things that I was thinking about that I'm sure you've already thought about, but I'm like, there's a need for that. Post-op recovery, yeah, exactly. Yay! Well, this weekend sounds kind of black and white, you know? It sounds pretty straightforward for what you'll be doing. But yeah, hopefully this gave you some ideas or some confirmation. And let me know if you have any questions about this. Oh, 100%, 100%. I was like, what did I say? What did I call them? Oh, maybe I did say house calls. I can't remember what I said. But yeah, a house call. I love that. Direct care. Honestly, like, if physicians can bill insurance, if they're seeing the patient outside of the practice, if they're seeing them at their home and they can bill as usual, I don't see why you can't like add that into like a membership situation. So for example, you can say if you don't want a membership, then we bill your insurance, and for us to make, do direct care to come to your home, this is the flat rate fee for that. Every time you see us, this is what you'll be charged. And that's separate from your insurance. Or a membership with your company specifically would be free for them. Anytime they need a nurse to come out to their home, then it's free because they pay a monthly membership for that service. Have you thought about that? You did so much research. Girl, of course it's success. You're the CEO. You're the emperor in this reading. Insurance companies won't pay for home care unless they're in a nursing home or facility. They do offer affordable memberships. Yeah, so like extra fee for that visit. Or maybe a membership. If you haven't thought of that, that would be cool. You've got a lot of ideas swirling, Asia. The last message I have for you is that it's going to evolve, okay? So you're going to have all these plans and all these ideas, but things are going to be ever evolving as well. So, you're going to think, oh, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. This is going to be great. This is going to be great. And then maybe like 2 years down the line, you're going to go, you know what we really have a need for is this. So let's do this before we do this thing that I've already been planning for a while. So yeah, it's going to be ever evolving and ever changing. And I am a visualizer. So if you ever want to bounce ideas off of me, you just let me know. It doesn't even have to be a tarot reading, just like, what do you think? Because I think I was born to be a consultant. I think I was born to basically people say, what ideas do you have for this? And then I say, here are my ideas. I wish I could get paid for it because like I should be a consultant. I have so many ideas in my head and I don't want to be the one to execute them, but I want to share the wealth because I have a lot of really good ideas. So I want to say like, this is what I think you should do, and then here you go. Like, that's what I want. I don't want to be the one to execute it. I want to be the one that thinks of it and gets paid for the idea and then send you on your way. He said, not many providers know about this. There's a big market you can educate. Absolutely. You're excited. Keep me posted. I would love to be able to say, I remember when, I knew her when, like, I knew her from the beginning, and you're going to be like this famous person. We're going to see you on TV, and you're going to be doing TED Talks and all kinds of crazy shit. And I'm going to be like, stop it, Bodhi. And I'll be like, I know her. I knew her when. You're ever evolving. You drive your partner nuts, girl. You and me both. You and me both. He says I come home every single day with a new idea. I don't know how to get into consulting. I don't even know where to start, honestly. I don't know if I'd have to go to school for it. I don't think you should have to go to school for consulting because it's literally just ideas in your own head. And where can you learn ideas? You can't. They just come from you. But I don't know where you'd go. I don't know, like, the only thing I can think of is like being a life coach. Someone being like, I need some direction here. Do you have any ideas about this? And like, I give them my ideas. You want to share too and refer clients. Yeah. You eventually would like to supervise your CEO and step back. You could. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, isn't that the whole point of businesses? Is you build them up so that you can walk away and still get paid for it. You should be able to do whatever the hell you want to do with your life. You just want to fund your life. You want to fund your life so that you can know that you made a difference in the world, but you can also go and do whatever it is that you want to do. But technically you would be this CEO until you allowed someone else to become the CEO, but you would still be the business head. Oh, thanks, girl. I don't have to go to school for consulting. I need a site marketing begin with a niche. Life coaching gives you a foundation, but it's not regulated. That's true. Strategist over coach. Ooh, look at you. You're so smart. Yeah, absolutely. All right, girl. Well, have a great night. I'm sure my husband is calling me. I probably missed his call. Yep, I missed his call. Let me give him a call back. Thank you so much for joining in. It's always so good to talk to you. I hope you have a good night. See you later.